What up, guys? Grizz here doing a build tutorial on the new Dot Tank 22mm RTA. Let's get to this. Man, I really should have shaved my hands. And then look at that. Well, right here, I'm inputting those coils there. They're look like framed.
I think they're tricore frame staple.
Yeah.
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 This is Ryan from DotMod here. And I know we've got some responses about getting those frame staples cut to size, but everybody likes a little bit different airflow, and this RTA makes it really easy to customize and gives you a lot of options with the super huge chimney that goes with it. So we've actually given you the option there. Obviously, they're much longer than they need to be, but everybody's preferences are different. So we want to make sure we cater to everybody's preferences, not just some.
Yeah, I personally like my airflow a little bit more wide open. Some people like it a little bit more restricted. You can change that by just adjusting the way the coils sit above the airflow.
Should have used a new box, but
it
looks like we got a little bit of key slashing there. You want to make sure.
Actually, I think that's a hair.
Is it a hair? Yeah, that would be congruent with your hairy ass arms.
Yeah.
For sure. So what we didn't show in the beginning of this video is when you get your new Petrie RTA, what you're going to want to do is actually take a flathead screwdriver and just loosen up the 510 pin at the bottom just a little bit, so that you're able to unscrew that deck. It floats in there so that you line up your wicking holes with your chimney and with your decks. So you want to make sure you do that so that you don't damage the threading on the chimney and deck connection. So what's that little trick you do there?
Well, I'm strumming the coils to make it heat up faster, heat up more evenly, actually. Just because, there was a couple hot spots on it. I didn't want to have to crimp the wires too much. I just thought I'd just spread them out a bit, change the way it was making contact.
Makes sense. Picture yourself doing this in your underwear.
What was that?
I said picture yourself doing this in your underwear.
Oh, God. That's a scary thought.
It is.
Not just for me, but for other people.
That would be a scary thought.
That was actually a really scary thought for me.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't want other people seeing me in my underwear.
So this here has been a question that a lot of people have had, is how much do I wick? How much wick do we put in there? What would you suggest, Jared?
Well, I always just cut it a little bit, like right onto the deck. Like that little circle right there is perfect. But I also, now that I've had time to build on it, what I do is I cut it just a little bit shorter than what I would usually go with.
Okay. So normally your preference is to go just along the rim of the deck itself.
Yeah.
And so what you're suggesting for your preferences, now that you've had some time to mess with the RTA and do a few builds in it, is cutting it shorter, maybe just inside of the O-ring there.
Just inside, like
okay.
Just the tiniest bit inside.
And for me personally, what I like to do with the RTA is I will keep it out where it's at right now on this build tutorial. And what I do is I'll actually taper it along to meet up in the center. Not real drastic or sharp taper, but just enough to where it'll meet at a point on either side. Still keeping it probably from the O-ring out. See, from that O-ring there out to the center where those two pieces of cotton meet up. So
right.
So and that helps me. I haven't yet gotten a leak. I got a couple in the beginning when I was first learning how to build on it, but we didn't have any of these lovely tutorial videos to show us what we're doing. So what are you doing here?
Here is where I'm adjusting the 510 so that I can get the cap back on. You just got to loosen it a little bit and then make sure that the cap fits. And then the deck should be able to free spin right there. just put the cap right on and twist it down, and then after that
I think I built this better than I built my tank. Trade you, Ryan.
Oh God, I remember this. This was a better build. But right here is where I'm tightening it down so that the deck doesn't have a way to leak from the cotton being down there. And it pretty much wicked perfect that time.
All right, well, let's see how it hits.
Filling up that juice, boy.
Yeah, I find that the flavor on this RTA is congruent with probably all of our drip atomizers. It's just really, really good flavor, really consistent draw all the time. Pretty incredible little RTA for sure.
I agree. So this tank is a 1.9 mil juice capacity. It's all brass construction. It's not a huge tank, but it'll get your vaping needs done. It's got a postless floating deck, so it has absolutely no posts whatsoever. It's got elevated airflow on that deck, so it's not gonna leak as often as other tanks. It's got adjustable airflow on the ring on the side, completely adjustable. It's got this acrylic drip tip, so it's not gonna gunk up like any other metal tank drip tip. It also comes with the replacement parts, glass, extra drip tip, extra O-rings for it, and it's an overall good tank. Might as well have this on. Wonderful tank. Flavor that this thing produces is amazing. I just can't stop vaping it. I think that's it.
I want a big one.
You want a big one?
Yeah, right into that camera.
Cool.